누워서.
These scenes are forever etched in our minds, an undeniable warning from nature itself. We cannot stop the fury of the earth and sky, but we can choose how to face it by observing and learning. And if you think the battle is over, you're wrong. Brace yourself, because in the next video, we'll show you the moment when everything on the ground suddenly vanishes as if wiped clean from existence. Today, we begin with a terrifying moment when a lightning bolt strikes a tree, causing it to collapse right in front of this man's car. Luckily, he had just stepped away to grab something, escaping the wrath of the lightning by mere seconds. What could be more terrifying than encountering a violent tornado on your way home? Everything in its path is swept away and destroyed right before the driver's eyes, leaving behind sheer fear at the overwhelming power of nature. Inches, California. Things weren't any better when a violent tornado struck and the dashcam in this car captured the entire terrifying moment. Everything in the storm's path was wiped out, with nothing able to withstand its brutal force. Alright, next we'll show you footage captured by a security camera at Prairie Creek Elementary School in Andover, Kansas, which recorded the terrifying moment an EF3 tornado struck on April 29, 2022. The tornado tore through the school and a nearby YMCA center, violently sweeping away everything in its path. Fortunately, no students were present at the time, and no one in the Andover community lost their lives. However, the destruction was immense. The Prairie Creek building suffered severe damage, with its roof torn apart and windows shattered, leaving behind a scene of chaos that sent chills down anyone who witnessed it. The driver probably never imagined that this curve in the road would turn into the scene of a terrifying landslide. In just seconds, the mountain in front of him completely collapsed, sending rocks and debris crashing down and blocking his car. Fortunately, he wasn't injured, but the shock from this brutal force of nature left lasting damage to both his nerves and his vehicle. Even towering skyscrapers couldn't withstand nature's fury, suffering landslides and unavoidable damage. It didn't stop there. The entire country of China was completely submerged underwater after yesterday's powerful storm. Showing no signs of stopping, the raging floodwaters surged forward, sweeping away everything in their path. It was like a monstrous beast, violently tearing apart every trace of peace it touched. Even the coastline couldn't escape nature's fury, as fierce winds and raging floodwaters came crashing in from all directions, pushing China into one of its most devastating situations in history. Absolutely terrifying. This was one of the most devastating landslides ever recorded, destroying a massive section of the mountain as tons of rocks and debris came crashing down onto the road below. Giant boulders, soil, and rubble poured down uncontrollably, creating a scene of total chaos. The roadway beneath was completely buried, making it extremely dangerous for any vehicle attempting to pass through. The aftermath of this landslide wasn't just about the destruction of infrastructure, it was also a deep psychological shock for anyone who witnessed nature's raw and violent power firsthand. Torrential rain poured down, turning courtroom number 4 into a chaotic pool of water. The rushing current carried dirt, papers, and debris floating everywhere, while the pounding rain broke through the ceiling, flooding the office into a murky sea. The once quiet courthouse was now swallowed by nature's fury, a shocking display of unstoppable power. That's right, what you're seeing right now is the horrifying aftermath of yesterday's violent storm. The entire city looks like it's been wiped off the map, reduced to piles of rubble. Homes, buildings, and everything in the storm's path were swept away by the relentless force of a Category 5 hurricane. Nature has shown us its devastating power, from tornadoes that wipe everything away, to landslides that destroy roads, and torrential rains that swallow entire cities. But the story doesn't end there. In our next video, we'll take you to the moment when everything that once seemed solid suddenly vanished, so you can witness the relentless fury of Mother Nature with your own eyes.
What's up? What's up?